crazy. I'm filming at like 6 a.m. to try and cut down on the noise, but we are back with this trivia book. I haven't used it in a really long time, and I don't know why. Yeah, I haven't used this book in so long, but if you haven't seen videos with this book before, it has really random categories of trivia questions, and then each category has 10 questions. So we're gonna go through a bunch of really random categories and do 10 questions about each. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let me know how many you get right, which category is your best, and yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So the first one is about animals. It also gives you a difficulty level, and this one is like in the middle, 4 out of 6. So, alright, question number 1. John Calipari has coached this college basketball team since 2009. That's an animals question. That's a sports question. The answer is the Kentucky Wildcats. Okay. Number 2. This animal's extant species are the white, black, Indian, Javan, and Sumatran. Extant means not extinct. The answer is the rhinoceros. Number 3. Bergman's rule dictates that the body mass of an animal increases with this change in environment. The answer is colder temperatures. Kind of like how ice expands when it's cold. When it's cold, of course ice is cold. Water expands when it freezes. I don't know, don't listen to me. Okay, number 4. This was the most prominent physical feature of the pre-dinosaur mammal-like reptile Dimetrodon. What was its most prominent physical feature? The answer is sailback. I don't know what that is. Question number 5. This is the largest dolphin. Largest type of dolphin. The answer is an orca. I didn't know an orca was a dolphin. Isn't an orca a killer whale? I don't know. Number 6. Who was the lead singer of The Animals? The answer is Eric Burdon. Eric Burdon. Number 7. A recently discovered amber specimen for the first time displayed intact examples of this physiological feature of dinosaurs. The answer is feathers. Number 8. This mammal has killed more people than any other wild animal. Or any other wild mammal. The answer is tiger. Number 9. Al Kaline spent his entire career on this baseball team. You guys always come at me for my pronunciations. I'm sorry. I can't look up how to say everything before I say it. boasts the world's densest population of this fastest animal on Earth? The answer is the peregrine falcon. Didn't know they had so many of those in New York City. Okay, next category is science. And disclaimer, I am not positive that I haven't done these categories before. I don't think I have, but I could definitely be wrong. So, alright, science question number 1. With an increase in enthalpy, the melting of an ice cube is a physical manifestation of this kind of thermal process. Gosh, this is like AP chemistry. The answer is an endothermic process. Gosh, that gave me all kinds of PTSD from AP chemistry. Number 2, the Calvin cycle describes the chemical reactions that turn CO2 into glucose during this plant process. The answer is photosynthesis. Number 3, this word describes the agent upon which an enzyme acts. The answer is a substrate. Number 4, this word refers to a macromolecule that comprises repeating subunits. A hint is that a subunit could be called a monomer. Just try to make it easier. The answer is a polymer. Number 5. Since 1919, the IUPAC has standardized the definitions and nomenclature in English language chemistry. The P stands for this. IUPAC, IUPAC. What does the P stand for? The answer is PURE. It stands for the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. I don't know why this is all chemistry. Number 6. Oh, never mind. Okay. In geology, egg-shaped ridges called drumlins are created by this force of nature. Drumlins. The answer is glaciers. Number 7. As the universe's rate of expansion is accelerating, current cosmology theorizes that the universe will end in either the Big Chill or the Big Rip, not this big theory of ultimate contraction and collapse. The answer is the Big Crunch. I don't like to think about the end of the world very much. Number 8. This word describes either heredity or something that should be taxed at like 95% to eliminate generational wealth. The answer is inheritance. Number 9. Many languages, including French, Italian, and Russian, call this abundant gas azote, which refers to its properties and is Greek for no life. The answer is nitrogen. This one is a simpler category, but it is difficult. And it is world capitals. So I am going to give you a country, and you have to tell me the capital. And I might change some of them because these are like the hardest capitals. Okay. Number 1 is Azerbaijan. What is the capital of Azerbaijan? I'm definitely gonna just come up with some of my own because these are hard. The answer is Baku. Baku is the capital of Azerbaijan. Number 2, Senegal. What's the capital of Senegal? Senegal. The answer is Dakar. Alright, number 3, I don't want to do the one they have, so I'm going to think of one that's easier. How about China? What is the capital of China? The answer is Beijing. Beijing. I'm just ad-libbing here. Number 4. How about Argentina? What is the capital of Argentina? The answer is Buenos Aires. Number 5. Number 5. New Zealand. What is the capital of New Zealand? The answer is Wellington. Wellington. Number 6. How about Egypt? What's the capital of Egypt? The answer is Cairo. Cairo. Number 7. Honduras. What's the capital of Honduras? The answer is Tegucigalpa. Tegucigalpa. Number 8. What is the capital of Austria? What's the capital of Austria? The answer is Vienna. Number 9. Number 9. What is the capital of Indonesia? I don't know if you can tell that I'm completely making these up as I go. Capital of Indonesia. The answer is Jakarta. And number 10. Which one do I want to do? Number 10. What is the capital of Greece? What is the capital of Greece? The answer is Athens. Okay, I hope that was more manageable. It was Azerbaijan, Senegal, Zambia, Sudan, New Zealand, Kyrgyzstan, Honduras, Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Papua New Guinea. Unless you know every single one of your capitals, I feel like no one's going to get those. So, alright. Next. Don't know if I want to do this one. Yeah, that's hard. It's a philosophy quiz that's, like, the hardest level, so I don't know about that. Okay, let's do game shows. Number 1. In 1938, the very first always changed throughout the years. He was the only host of Pyramid from 1973 to 1988. The answer is Dick Clark. I know this has nothing to do with that, but like, who willingly goes by Dick? Just asking. I don't know. Number 3. First running on ABC in the 1960s, then revived in the 1990s by Lifetime, this show consisted of a series of questions to determine the amount of time contestants could spend in the aisles of a grocery store. What? The answer is Supermarket Sweep. I still don't understand the concept of the show after reading that. Number 4. Along with Let's Make a Deal, this is the only daytime non-syndicated network game show currently on the air. Don't know what that means either. The answer is The Price is Right. The Price is Right. Number 5. This game show is derived from a 1990s Swedish show called Expedition Robinson. The answer is Survivor. I've never actually seen an episode of Survivor, but I would like to. Number 6. From 1998 to 2001, she was the permanent center square on Hollywood Squares. The answer is Whoopi Goldberg. Number 7. The 1986 debut of this game show tripled the ratings of the then fledgling Nickelodeon network. The answer is Double Dare. Gosh, I used to just sit home all day and watch like Nickelodeon game shows. Like that one where they would slime people. That was probably a lot of them. I don't know. Number 8. When host Ralph Edwards announced he would host his game show in the first town to change its name, Hot Springs, New Mexico, became this. The answer is Truth or Consequences. Number 9. In 1992, Samsung Electronics was sued for creating an ad with a robot replicating this TV host's signature move. What? The answer is Vanna White. Can you copyright a move? I don't know. And number 10. In Cheers, what was Cliff Clavin's answer to the Jeopardy question? Archibald Leach, Bernard Schwartz, and Lucille Lesueur. That's so hard. It's like a funny answer, it's not. The answer is who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen? That's a question about the show Cheers, not necessarily about game shows, but okay. Let's see what our next category is going to be. James Bond. Do we want to do a category about James Bond? Sure, why not? I hope you know your James Bond. I do not, so sorry if I mispronounce something or say something stupid. Alright. Number 1. Author Kate West has written 3 novels based on the diaries of this Bond secretary? The answer is Miss Moneypenny. Miss Moneypenny. Number 2. Ian Fleming chose the name James Bond, the dullest name I have ever heard from an author on books about this subject. The answer is birds. Good to know. Number 3. Ian Fleming's Jamaican estate, Goldeneye, was after his death sold to this music star. Jamaican should be your big clue. The answer is Bob Marley. Number 4. Goldfinger was employed by the evil organization SMERSH, based on this real-life spy agency. I never know with acronyms if I'm supposed to, say it like it looks or say the letters. SMERSH. SMERSH. The answer is the KGB. Number 5. Starring Jane Seymour as Solitaire, this 1973 feature was the first Bond movie with Roger Moore. The answer is Live and Let Die. Number 6. Golden Eye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and The World Is Not Enough featured Bond driving or riding products by this auto and motorcycle maker. The answer is BMW. Number 7, I don't know if I want to say, but James Bond says I must be dreaming after hearing this Bond girl's incredibly unsubtle name. I'm debating if I actually want to say this. I guess if it was in a Bond movie, then it's fine. The answer is Pussy Galore. Like pussycat, people. Yes. Number 8. The surfing scene in Die Another Day was performed by this pro surfer and husband to volleyball star Gabrielle Reese. Gabrielle Reese. Sorry, not Gabriel. The answer is Laird Hamilton. Number 9. Audiences cheered at the premiere of The Spy Who Loved Me when, after skiing off a cliff, Bond deploys a parachute with this on it. The answer is the Union Jack. Union Jack flag. And number 10, 7-foot 1-inch actor Richard Kiel was famous as Bond villain Jaws and as Mr. Larson in this 1996 comedy. The answer is Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore. Okay. The next one is about bartending, which is an interesting category. Bartending. Number 1. On a soda gun, the letter Q indicates this beverage. The answer is tonic water. and tiger are synonyms for this type of establishment? The answer is a speakeasy. Oh, this says, they all have like fun facts on the side, and it says the Q on the soda gun stands for quinine, an anti-malarial bark extract once a prominent ingredient in tonic water. Interesting. That's why. Number 3. In 1988, Roger Ebert said the more you think about what happens in it, the more you realize how empty and fabricated it really is about this movie. The answer is Cocktail. That's a movie. Okay. Number 4. In 1875, writer Horatio Alger popularized this word for forcibly evicting someone from the premises. The answer is bounce. Like a bouncer, I'm assuming. Number 5. Falling out of favor in the 1860s, this drink got its name in the 1880s after coming back into style. The answer is an old-fashioned. My dad loves old-fashions. Number 6. Daisuke Anui invented this machine in Japan in 1971, but never patented it. I don't know how to say that. Daisuke Anui. I don't know. I owned one of these machines. The answer is karaoke. Number 7. Take a jigger of cognac, a sugar cube, and Peychaud's bitters. Stir it over ice and pour it onto a second glass swirled with a dash of absinthe, and you have this classic New Orleans cocktail. Sounds terrible. The answer is Sazerac. Sazerac. The answers are upside down, so when it's something I don't really recognize, it's kind of hard. So I'm like, what? Number 8. No longer used, the term fern bar referred to preppy singles bars that were popularized in the 1970s by this Manhattan bar that later became a national chain. Gosh, these are hard. This is like a popular, I guess, restaurant in the US. It has a day of the week in the title. The answer is TGI Fridays. Number 9. A Gibson is gin and vermouth garnished with this item. The answer is pickled onions. Nasty. I love pickled onions, but in a drink. What? And number 10. Elijah Craig is said to be the inventor of this spirit. The answer is bourbon whiskey. Bourbon whiskey. Alright, this one is famous quotes. I don't know why these are all like the hardest difficulty. I don't know why we can't do easier ones, but famous quotes. Number 1. this FDR quote was said about the Great Depression and not World War II, as many believe? The answer is the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Number 2, a horse, my kingdom for a horse, is from this Shakespeare play. The answer is Richard III. Number 3, there's snakes out there this big is a quote of seminal cinematic importance from this 1997 artistic tour de force. These are ridiculously hard. But the answer is a type of snake. A type of large snake. The answer is anaconda. Number 4. These 3 words were said by John Wilkes Booth after shooting President Lincoln. The answer is Sic Semper Tyrannis. Number 5. In what year did Ronald Reagan say, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall"? The answer is 1987. Number 6. Alia iacta est is translated to "the die is cast," said Julius Caesar upon crossing this river. Just imagine I didn't say that and just said "the die is cast." What river did Julius Caesar cross? That's the question. The answer is the Rubicon. Number 7. I was free, and they should be free also. I would make a home for them in the north, and the Lord is helping me. I would bring them all here, said this American hero in 1886. The answer is Harriet Tubman. Number 8. I don't think there will be a woman prime minister in my lifetime, said this leader in 1973, just 6 years before she attained the position. That's pretty cool. The answer is Margaret Thatcher. Number 9. This quote, apparently of unknown folk origin, was first recorded in Jean-Jacques Rousseau's Confessions when Marie Antoinette was 9 years old. It's a quote that's attributed to Marie Antoinette. The answer is let them eat cake. Let them eat cake. And number 10, The Ballot or the Bullet, speech by Malcolm X on March 29th, 1964, features a famous quote about this American landmark. It's probably like the most American landmark. The answer is Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock. Okay. Next is cartoons. Cartoons. Number 1. The zoetrope, an early animation device, is this shape. What? I just don't know how you come up with that when you think, let me write a question about cartoons. Zoetrope. Just pick a shape. was the first animated movie presented in stereophonic sound? The answer is Fantasia. Number 3. In 2020, Steven Spielberg developed a reboot of this beloved 90s cartoon. Wow, I didn't actually know that this was written after 2020. I don't know when this came out. This book. The answer is Animaniacs. Animaniacs. Number 4. In 1991, the avant-garde assassin story Aeon Flux premiered on this MTV animation showcase. I don't know how you pronounce that, like, letter that's an A and an E fused together. I don't know. Aeon Flux. Aeon Flux. The answer is liquid television. Okay. Number 5. Name 2 out of 3 Belcher children from an animated sitcom that first aired in 2011. Belcher children. The 3 answers are Tina, Jean, and Louise. I would be at 0 for this category, so don't worry if you are too. Number 6. These animated corporate mascots are variously known as Nisper, Nasper, and Nusper in Germany, and Piff, Poff, and Paff in Italy. The answer is Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Number 7. The workplace of Tex Avery, Chuck Jones, and Bob Clampett, Termite Terrace is the famed animation backlot bungalow of this studio. That's a lot of words. Just think of a movie, like, company, studio, whatever. The answer is Warner Brothers. Number 8. Dr. Draken and Shego are the arch-villains of this Disney Channel heroine. The answer is Kim Possible. Number 9. A 1999 BBC special paid tribute to Monty Python's Dead Parrot sketch by having Eric Cartman attempt to return this fellow South Park character. The answer is Kenny. And number 10. Baba Louie was the sidekick of this 1950s and 60s animated equine sheriff. Equine. The answer is Quick Draw McGraw. Alright, next is famous deaths. Famous deaths. Number 1. John McClane unclasps a watch, causing the villain to plummet to his death from the top of Nakatomi Plaza. The answer is Hans Gruber. Number 2. Despite being frozen by liquid nitrogen, seen The Lion King. I didn't know that that happens. We let our children watch that. It's sad. Number 5. While sitting on the toilet, he is shot with a crossbow by his unloved son. This is hard to read upside down. Tywin Lannister, I think. Number 6. Alongside her boyfriend, she was killed in an ambush in Bienville Parish, Louisiana, on May 23rd, 1934. Pretty famous couple. The answer is Bonnie Parker. I'm pretty sure as in Bonnie and Clyde. Number 7. He was hanged on December 2nd, 1859, less than a month after his failed raid on the Harper's Ferry arsenal. The answer is John Brown. Number 8. Returning from a stay at her royal summer residence, she had a stroke, lost control of her car, and succumbed to her injuries on September 13th, 1982. The answer is Grace Kelly. Number 9. A year and a half after he ordered the attack on Pearl Harbor, he was shot down by First Lieutenant Rex Barber on April 18th, 1943. This is hard to read. The answer is Isoroku Yamamoto. If you haven't guessed, I'm not great with Japanese names. And number 10, 15th century executioner Geoffrey Tharage said he greatly feared to be damned, for he had burned this holy woman. Someone who is burned at the stake. The answer is Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc. Oh, okay. I think this is actually, the category is called football season, but it looks like it is football to the rest of the world and not football to Americans. So I'll do it. I wasn't gonna do it if it was like American football, because I don't know. But number 1, the movie The Damned United follows a largely fictional account of Brian Clough's disastrous 1974 tenure managing this first division club. Sorry, I'm getting to the point where I can't read anymore. Also, sorry if I mispronounce things. Sports is the area where people get mad at me the most for mispronouncing stuff. The answer is Leeds United. Leeds United. Number 2, formerly sponsored by Carling and then by this What's in Your Wallet company, the Football League Cup is now sponsored by Carabao Energy Drink. Carabao. The answer is Capital One. Number 3. While Real Madrid leads with 12 Champions League titles, this Italian club is second with 7. The answer is AC Milan. Sorry if you can hear like people stomping is Tim Howard. Number 5. The October 12th, 1935 league match against Arsenal saw the highest capacity crowd ever at this Chelsea home stadium, with 83,905 in attendance. The answer is Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge, I think. Number 6. One of the Soviet era's most heated rivalries was between Spartak Moscow and this now Ukrainian club. The answer is Dynamo Kyiv. Number 7. Gareth Bale's record €100 million transfer fee came as he was purchased by Real Madrid from this club. This is hard to read. The answer is Tottenham Hotspur FC. I don't know. Number 8. From 1982 to 1984, this Juventus attacking midfielder was the only person before Messi to receive 3 consecutive Ballon d'Or awards. As you can tell, I know nothing about sports, and so I don't know how to pronounce anything to do with sports. Forgive me, you don't have to comment about it, because I don't really care. Yeah. The answer is Michel Platini. I don't know. Number 9. The professional players of Ipswich Town played footballers alongside actors in this 1981 World War II football movie. The answer is Escape to Victory. And number 10. Who was captain of England's 1966 World Cup champion side? The answer is Bobby Moore. Alright, I think we will probably just do one more category, but I want it to be something that's not ridiculously hard. Ooh, okay. This is a good one. It has a difficulty level of 1 out of 6, so it's supposed to be easy. And it is about the 2000s. So, I was born in 2000, so hopefully I know a lot of these. Let's see. Question number one. With 32.2 million units sold, he was the highest selling music artist of the 2000s. The answer is Eminem. I guess this means like 2000 to 2010. So, yeah, I'm probably better at like 2010s, but if you're a little older than me, maybe you know all of these. Number 2, this former View and Fox and Friends personality was the 4th place finisher on the 2nd season of Survivor. The answer is Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Number 3, Tom Cruise used this 4-letter word meaning fluent but shallow and insecure to confront Matt Lauer during an was the highest grossing movie of the 2000s? The answer is Avatar. Number 5. In 2004, armed gunmen stole Madonna and this other famous Edvard Munch painting from a Norwegian museum. The answer is The Scream. That's the only painting by him that I know, so I would have guessed that. Number 6. On September 15th, 2008, MTV aired a 3-hour series finale for this long-running afternoon show. The answer is TRL. Don't know what that is. Number 7. Russell Simmons and his then-wife, Kimora Lee Simmons, founded this women's and girls' fashion line. The answer is Baby Phat. Fat spelled P-H-A-T. Number 8. This was the only team to win 2 World Series in the 2000s. The answer is the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox. Number 9. This NSYNC album was the best-selling album of the 2000s. The answer is No Strings Attached. And number 10, a 2004 made-for-TV movie subtitled The Dale Earnhardt Story bore this single digit as its title. Just guess a single digit and you have like a 1 in 9 chance of getting it right. The answer is 3. I think I'm gonna do a few more questions because I want this video to be an hour long and I don't know if it's an hour long. This category is clothing and fashion. Number 1. Counterfeits of this Italian high fashion brand are easily spotted because fakes do not have a deep cutout in the middle of the letter R in the logo. The answer is Prada. Number 2. Madisar, Kodagu, Karnataka, and Nivi are but 4 of the 80 recorded ways one can wear this subcontinental garment. Subcontinental referring to India, I think. The answer is sorry. Number 3. This is the name for the small plastic or metal sheath at the ends of a shoelace. The answer is an aglet. I feel like everyone in my generation knows aglet from Phineas and Ferb. I think it was Phineas and Ferb. I love that there's like little things that everybody knows because of like a kid's show. And I know aglet because of that, which is funny. 4, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Licoricoat answer is a Windsor knot, but I don't know what that means. Number 5. In 1904, Paris shirt maker Charvet invented a version of this men's shirt accessory using knotted silk, sometimes referred to as a monkey's fist. The answer is cufflinks. Number 6. After freelance work for Chanel and Yves Saint Laurent, this shoe designer became a landscape gardener until opening a shoe salon in 1991 for Princess Caroline of Monaco, his first customer. The answer is Christian Louboutin. Number 7. In 1989, Hall of Fame forward Dominique Wilkins appeared in the first commercial for this popular Reebok sneaker. The answer is the pump. The pump. Number 8. A part of military uniforms from the mid-19th century until just after World War I, puttees were worn on what part of the body? Puttees. Puttees. I don't know. The answer is the legs. Number 9. With a logo featuring 2 women sitting back to back, this Italian company is famous for their football gear and tracksuits. The answer is Kappa. And number 10. Never stop exploring is the slogan of this favorite outdoor company of both adventurers